Hello, friends. Welcome back to Shadow Play Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me here today, friends. If you are new to the channel, welcome. Make yourselves at home. There's plenty of content to catch up on. And if you're returning, well, friends, you guys know what's up. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for coming back and spending more of your precious time with me here on the channel, friends. I hope you are doing well, no matter what time of day or night you're listening to this. And yeah, let's get into it. Today, we are going to be looking into how do others perceive you? So, how does the outside world view you? Friends, this is a collective reading, but because we are talking about you, it should be easier to identify and connect with whatever group it is you choose. But just always reminding you guys, it may or may not resonate. But yeah, let's see what information we can get for you and what kind of perspectives we can get, and maybe get you kind of viewing yourself in a different light, perhaps, if that's what you need. All right. Whenever you're ready, you guys know what to do. We have 3 groups to choose from. We have group number 1, group number 2, and group number 3. Whenever you're ready, I'll meet you at your reading. Hello, my group number 1s. If you picked the sticker, then welcome to your reading, friends. Today we're going to be looking into how do others perceive you? How are you viewed by the outside world, my group number 1s? So yeah, this reading is going to be all about you, so it should be easy to identify if you're connecting with this group or not. If it's not resonating, or if it's confusing in any kind of way, it just probably means it's not for you. But yeah, we're going to try to be getting messages for you to kind of give you insights as to what others kind of how they kind of view you, maybe even like what they admire about you. We'll see. We'll see what comes through, my group number 1s. All right. Thank you so much for joining me here today, my babies. Let's get to it. We are using a brand new deck with you guys. I'm very excited. This is the Empyrean Tarot deck, the mini version from Threads of Fate. For anyone that is interested, you guys, they're closing down their shop. I have loved supporting them over the years. And yeah, they're closing down. So if you're watching this and you're interested, or if you're watching this when it first posts and you're interested, they do still have inventory left. So the link is down below in the description box. All right, with that being said, let's get to it. Thank you, Spirit, for allowing me to channel these messages today for my group number 1s. My group number 1s, please, Spirit. My group number 1s, how are they perceived by others? How do others view them? Thank you, Spirit. What can we know? What can you tell us? How are they viewed by others? How are my group number 1s viewed by other people, by the outside world? Thank you, Spirit. Messages for my group number 1s, please. Messages for my group number 1s. How are they perceived by others? What can we know? What can you tell us? Sovereign of Cups, very loving, very empathetic, very understanding. They feel like you can connect with anyone on, if it's not an emotional level, you can, I feel like you can relate. There's something relatable about you. Seeker of Wands. That is the Page of Wands in reverse. All right, thank you, Spirit. Messages for my group number 1s. How are they viewed by others? Death. Oh, these are people that have watched you evolve. Yeah, these are people that have seen you overcome. Wow. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if we get the Strength card, or something like that, because it feels like you did something or you had to transform. So this could even be people that have known you for a long time, or they saw you go through some kind of change, where you evolved in some kind of way. Conqueror of Globes. So that's the Knight of Wands. Slow and Steady. 9 of Swords. So these are people that have seen you overcome circumstances that, it's almost like they saw a low and they saw a high, or they're seeing the highs and lows. Because this 9 of Swords is talking about anxiety and feeling stuck, and how you kind of paved your way through that. It took you a while, or you didn't give up, or you had a plan. Maybe there was doubts, or others didn't kind of see what you were doing or where this was heading, and you had to kind of overcome. You could have even had to kind of separate yourself from, if it's not like immature kind of people, maybe it was like certain things or behaviors, or if you had like negative thoughts, there's something here that you overcame, or you still kind of persevered, you still moved ahead. There is a lot of water energy here in your reading. So yeah, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Four of Wands. They feel like anywhere you go, you like people are lucky to kind of experience that. They could have seen you celebrate or working towards something, some kind of level up. Maybe it's even like a promotion of some sort, buying a home, moving into a place, building some kind of structure, or being kind of a pillar in your community. Why the Seeker of Wands in reverse? The Fool. They've seen you make mistakes, but you recovered from them. They've seen you kind of take risks with the wrong people or the wrong things, maybe a sense of being naive. And it's almost like a sense of wonder to some degree. Why the Death card? Ten of Wands. That doesn't surprise me at all. Earlier when I said the Strength card, in my head I also thought the Ten of Wands, because it does feel like a lot of pressure, a lot of pressure. So there's something here about how much you did, how much you carry, how much effort you've put in, and how you overcame. Again, there's a feeling here of, I was stuck, but I found a way out. They could have seen you go through the motions as well. The motions of, oh shit, it's never going to get better. It's, this, that. And then also the kind of working through it, persevering and changing through that. There's a lot of growth, especially emotional, or like your capacity to like be understanding or empathize with others or other situations, and how that's part of like how you've gotten through things. The Hermit in reverse. So yeah, there's something here of a comeback. They've seen you, there's a comeback here, and you knew. It's almost like they feel like you stayed steady. Yeah, there's again this the Knight of Pentacles. It's slow moving energy, but again, there's a lot of admiration that kind of comes through. Three of Wands. Something about distant. Maybe you keep people sometimes, or you were at a distance, or you yeah, maybe you kind of disappear for a little bit, or maybe you did, or maybe they had to give you your distance. Tell me more, please. They could also admire that you travel and you get out there. That's also strongly coming through. So if that's the case for you guys that travel a lot, you do invoke kind of feelings within other people, just because they don't know how you kind of live this life or how you're able to manage. If it's not travel, it could be some kind of experiences. The Knight of Wands in reverse. So back to those of you that do a lot of like maybe like worldly experiences, traveling or doing things that others, if you've heard like, oh, I could never do that. If you're kind of used to hearing that, or if you've heard that in your life before, or, oh, I don't know how you do that, I could never. Or, it's just these feelings that are kind of stirred up. But overall, even if it does kind of, trigger certain people, there's still, again, this sense of admiration, because you are out here doing these things and experiencing these things. They also see that you work really hard for what you have, or you've worked really hard for your position. You've worked really hard for that success that you have. And the other thing is, because you've kind of taken your own way, or taken your time, or did something a different way than others would, or because maybe you take leaps of faith, like I said, if you've heard, I could never do that, or I don't know how you do that, I don't know, it comes from a kind of a certain energy, because these people, they see you out here. But yeah, I am getting this feeling of, for some of you, it's regarding of like where you go or what you do. What did I say? Look at, there's a strength card. Wow, that's a really pretty strength card. The first card that came out though when I was shuffling was the Magician in reverse, the Eight of Swords with that strength card. So, um, yeah, some people may feel, we're going to say, blinded by your light sometimes. It's not your fault if your little shine is shining in their faces. Put on sunglasses if you need to, people. All right. So yeah, my group number ones. That's a little bit as to how people view you. Um, let's see what else. We'll look one more time. All right, thank you, Spirit. Oh, I don't want to. I'm taking care of these. I take care of all of them, but you know what I mean. I'm not gonna shuffle them how I normally would. You can't. They're too precious. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for my group number ones, please. Messages for my group number ones. What else? What else can we know about how others view my group number ones? What else can we know? Thank you, Spirit. Messages for my group ones, please. What else can we know? The Hermit in reverse, it keeps talking about coming back out. Two of Swords, they never know what you're going to expect when they see you again, or when you kind of pop back up on the scene. They also weren't sure if whatever it is you were working on, or like there's uncertainty there over what is it that you do for work, or how is it that you live your life. They feel, oh, you know what? This is where it starts to come in, that energy that I was picking up on towards the end. Well, I guess it was sprinkled throughout I guess at the end of the day, it's jealousy. Because look, Seven of Daggers, they feel like you're very private, or like you hide things. Oh, they also feel like your love life is something that you might kind of hide, or maybe if you're seeing someone again, there's also something here where they might kind of pay attention. Now, some of them might wonder if you're still heartbroken, or if you're still, I don't know. There's something here about emotions. Maybe you went through a breakup. Maybe you don't really share how it is that you feel. There's almost like a question if you're, for some of you, it's like open to love, or how you're really doing. Maybe you work a high stress career or job, or again, there's something here about fears of like the long term or stability that come through. There's just different things coming through for you guys. This is interesting. The Seven of Swords with the King of Wands in reverse. Like, who's that low liar trying to get away with things? That could be the sense of insecurity that is sparked because of what you do, especially those of you that your work or career, or you have a beautiful home, or your family. There's something here that you have kind of going for you, that you've worked for, that you work hard to maintain. It could even be like your lifestyle. And there's so much curiosity about wanting to know more, but at the same time, they're like, no, I don't want to know, or they're not going to tell me. Again, this could also be people that know you from online. If you guys, are online, or if you share anything. Yeah, because I just saw Ace of Swords with the pillar. So the pillar is the Empress. Um, so it could be very well about how abundant you are and you look, and how others kind of react to that temperance. And you're so grounded too. It's almost like you just mind your business. Five of Swords, while other people make it their problem when they see you. You also might have a lot of people that kind of want to be around you, there's almost like competition. Um, all right, my group number ones, that was fun. At least I thought so. You guys will have to let me know. Let's put those there, and let's get you guys some oracle cards before we close out your reading. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for my group number ones, please. How are they perceived by others? What else can we know about how they're viewed and perceived by others? Thank you, Spirit. Confident. Yeah, peaceful. I'm telling you, just minding your business, doing your own thing. Love. Messages for my group number ones, and flow, just going with it. Yeah, maybe that also kind of triggers people because when they're in chaos and they want to pull you into their chaos, you're like, no, I'm chill. I'm good. I'm good at where I'm at. My group number one's good for you. All right, that's what I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed your reading. I hope it resonated. Please take care of yourselves, and I'll catch you at the next one. Thanks, guys. Hello, my group number twos. If you picked this sticker, then welcome to your reading, friends. Today, we're going to be looking into how do others perceive you? How does the outside world view you, my group number twos? This reading is going to be all about you and your energy, so it should be easier to identify if the message is for you or not. With that being said, let's get into it. We are going to be asking the question, how are you viewed by others? We'll see what kind of messages come through. Maybe it'll remind you of how amazing you are, or if there's anything that you want to work on, maybe it'll just kind of highlight that. We'll see. All right, my group number twos, thank you so much for joining me here today, my babies, and let's get to it. Thank you, Spirit, for allowing me to channel these messages today for my group number twos. My group number twos, please, Spirit. My group number twos. What can we know? What can you tell us? Here we go. My group number twos, please. Sometimes this deck beats me into to submitting to it, but I'm trying to go the other way around. All right, thank you, Spirit. Messages for my group number twos. How do others perceive them? How are they viewed by the outside world? How do others perceive my group number twos? Thank you, Spirit. Messages for my group number twos, please. How do others view them? How are they perceived by others? Ooh, the Seven of Wands. They're like, don't fuck with me. Ace of Cups in reverse. Yeah, maybe you kind of keep people away, or you're not afraid to kind of defend, perhaps. They could view you as, being a little defensive, like with like love or emotionally connecting right now. But it could be because you're getting past something or over something. Justice. This could also be that you, I'm not going to say this that it's in a bad way, but it's almost like maybe you don't care if you hurt other people's feelings because it's the right thing to do. So again, just kind of pointing that out. All right, we have the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, because it could be that you either fight the good fight or again, you're defending. And when you defend, you're not afraid to have to do what needs to be done or say what needs to be said. This could maybe even also reflect what you do for work or the Queen of Pentacles is someone that cares a lot about people, community, the earth, what's right. Also, finances or being secure, being able to provide. She also gives amazing grounding advice, like a motherly type, takes care of things. And with the Justice card, this tells me that you're doing it for the truth, or you're in alignment, or maybe you even work in like social justice or fighting the good fight. Again, there is a fight here. It doesn't have to be physical, of course not. But again, there's this feeling here of I protect, or I'm not afraid. We have the Six of Wands in reverse. You could actually do this like behind the scenes in some way. I don't know what that means, but that's literally what came through for me when that came out. All right, why the Seven of Wands? We'll look further into that Six of Wands in a moment. Why the Seven of Wands? Messages for my group number twos. How are they viewed by others? We have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Oh, you know what this is? They also view you as it's very difficult to give you help or to offer help, or you tend to maybe want to give or sustain others. Again, there's this feeling here of either money or some kind of resource. If it's not that, it could just be like what you provide. But if you guys have a hard time accepting help, that's coming through for sure. It's almost like, no, I don't need it. And they're like, okay, but then they still end up kind of giving you something, but you give something in return. It's always like an equal exchange because it makes you feel better. That could be for some of you, okay? I really feel like they feel you're a lending hand, or you are someone who kind of plants roots. They might also see you as being someone who is, I mean, you're definitely coming through as being fair. Um, there's a fairness to you where you're like, no, I'll pay you back, or there, you know, you could be really good about paying your bills on time. There's a sense here of you don't like to be in debt, or you don't, to anyone or anything. And even if you are, you have a plan, you have your things, you like take care of it. So you're definitely coming through as like a fighter, right? You make shit happen. So they also see you as being such a great partner. You know, this could be like a best friend or people that are involved with you, soulmates in your life, regardless of romance or not. You know, this feels like you're just such a great partner. And this also feels like if you ever did kind of need help or struggle in some kind of way, like you're always on the come up. There's like no doubt that you're, you know, that you're not going to succeed, or that you're not going to kind of pull through whatever struggle you go through. Um, so I would say hardworking as well. So they also feel like you're not like maybe in certain spaces or places that you haven't been acknowledged or recognized for all the work that you do. This could also be for those of you that work behind the scenes and make a bigger picture happen, or you know, a projection of a bigger picture happen, but really the big picture is behind the scenes of what makes it all run, or what happened, or you know, makes it happen, I should say. So there could be something like that where you're a very pivotal role in either your family, your home, your the company you've been working at, the career that you've built, but you haven't gotten the success that you deserve just yet. So they might feel like you've been in spaces or places that you have been um, like that either haven't been deserving of you, or didn't acknowledge or recognize you. If you guys are married or live with a partner, again, it's like you maintain everything. Um, and or you kind of bring a lot to the table, but I'm not necessarily sure that the people around you feel like they show that they appreciate it, or I don't know, something like that. All right, let's continue. Let's see how else they view you. My group number twos. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for my group twos, please. What else can we know about how others view my group number twos, please? What else can we know about how others view my group number twos? Thank you, Spirit. Messages for my group number twos, please. How are they viewed by others? Thank you, Spirit. Messages for my group number twos, please. How are they perceived and viewed by others? We have the moon. You might keep a lot to yourself, or you keep secrets. Also very intuitive. You could give, again, great advice. You could keep to yourself. Again, maybe you kind of, you're there for others, but maybe you don't kind of turn to them for the same type of support. We have the High Priestess in reverse. The Five of Pentacles in reverse is talking about recovery or things getting better. King of Wands, yeah, they see you doing better. So if you had like a money issue or a health issue, or times were bad with work, or you know, you seemed a little down, it's like they see you as being on the come up. They also see you as being someone who's really confident. but you could, like I said, keep to yourself, or there's a lot here that they feel like they don't know about you. They feel like you're in alignment with what you're doing or how you view things or how you approach things. Again, there's a sense of being very fair. They view you as being like fearless. Wow. Yeah. They could also feel like you keep your relationships private, or you keep your work life private, or you keep something very private. It could be your home life. All right. Why the Five of Pentacles? Messages for my group number twos. How do others view my group number twos? Why the Five of Pentacles? Thank you, Spirit. That Ace of Cups keeps coming through in reverse. We have the Knight of Swords. They might see you on the go. Four of Pentacles, but they feel like you're a little reserved or a little closed off, or again, you don't kind of either share as much. Maybe you're not very vulnerable on like an emotional level. That could be that Ace of Cups in reverse. Maybe they feel like what you share is like certain things, but you keep a lot to yourself. The Knight of Cups in reverse. Yeah, you could have had to make like difficult relationship decisions, or you're not kind of prioritizing love. You also don't really have like bullshit tolerance is what's coming through. It's almost like they think twice before telling you they're going to do something, or they want something, or before they're actually ready. Because it does feel like it could feel like it's hard to get to know you, or it's hard to know what's really going on with you. It could be one specific person, doesn't have to be, but we do have kings in that queen coming through. So yeah, maybe you keep a lot of mystery around, work, your relationships. I mean, why wouldn't you? Who's going to be advertising what's going on? All right, my group number twos. That's what I have for you. Let's get you guys some oracle cards before we close out your little reading today. All right, thank you, Spirit. Messages for my group twos, please. What else can we know? How are they perceived by others? What else can we know? Messages for my group number twos. How are they perceived by others? We have magic, isolation. So you literally make shit happen on your own. You might even kind of like disappear for a bit while you're doing all kinds of things. You're also very resourceful. Reflection, you make people kind of think about their own kind of things. Maybe, again, there's a sense here of good advice or grounding advice. Death and fear, you make people reflect on their own fear over creating changes. They could have seen you overcome some kind of fear, and that's made them reflect and think. And they think about how you kind of did this on your own, or how you kind of do this on your own. So there is admiration here over your strength. There's also something here about stamina. All right, my group number twos, that is what I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed your reading. I hope it resonated. Please take care of yourselves, and I'll catch you at the next one. Thanks, guys. Hello, my group number threes. If you picked the sticker, then welcome to your reading, friends. Today, we're going to be looking into how do others perceive you? How are you viewed by the outside world, my group number threes? This reading is going to be all about you. So with that being said, it should be easier to connect to this group. But if it sounds confusing or just not making sense, it just probably means it's not for you today. But yeah, let's get into it. Let's just ask the question, how are you viewed by others? And let's see what kind of information we can get for you today. Today we are using my new Simpsons tarot deck, which I'm excited to use. I actually haven't seen all these cards, but look what I've seen so far. I just love. But anyway, with that being said, thank you so much for joining me here today, my babies. And let's get to it. Thank you, Spirit, for allowing me to channel these messages today for my group number threes. Messages for my group number threes, please. Messages for my group number threes. What can we know? What can you tell us? How are they perceived by others? How do others view them? And how are they perceived by others? Thank you, Spirit. Messages for my group number threes, please. How do others view them? How are they viewed by others? Thank you, Spirit. One more. are they viewed by others? How do others perceive them? Messages for my group number 3s, please. How are they viewed by the outside world? What can we know? What can you tell us? All right, we have the 9 of Wands. Oh my God. Maggie's in a little baby fight. Then we have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So they might feel Temperance in reverse. I don't know, you guys, it kind of feels like you're fighting the world, or there's been a point where you've had to, in order to kind of break away from things that weren't for you. Messages for my group number 3s, please. How are they perceived by others? The Magician, not giving up. So this is definitely giving the energy of the circumstances that you have maybe had to deal with. It's almost like you did have to fight through something, or you did have to overcome. And it was very challenging. And they kind of, it's almost like this is someone, or these are people that maybe have watched you go through it. Page of Swords, and you just kept going. You may also kind of run a little bit. I can't tell if it's like from people, or, you know, with that, why the Knight of Pentacles in reverse? The Moon. They don't know what the hell you're up to. Yeah, they feel like you keep a lot to yourself, so they don't know what you're working on or what you do. 10 of Cups, they see you as protecting your peace. They see you as you had to make some kind of sacrifice, and not everyone could do this, or not everyone would, in order for your happiness. And there's something here about you protecting that, and you protect it with privacy, or you just, yeah, like I said, you maybe disappear for a little bit, or you kind of just do your own thing. Why the Temperance in reverse? I think you're kind of misunderstood sometimes. Knight of Swords. That's that energy that I keep feeling of you're out, you go. They might view you as reacting because of wounding from your family. Yeah, for some of you. I know that's a lot, but it's coming through, because there is something here that this Devil in reverse tells me I had to break away. There's some kind of shadow aspect. 8 of Swords in reverse. What did I say? I had to break away. Yeah, so they see you as releasing some kind of pattern or addiction or toxic family, or some kind of toxicity that you're stepping out of, or you're, like I said, you maybe had to sacrifice. Oh my gosh, they see you as a witch. Literally, witch, the Magician. You're a fucking wizard, Harry. Oh, that's funny. So if that's for you, then that's loud and clear. Maybe they see you as using witchcraft to break out of certain things. Because I'm not going to lie, this energy kind of invokes some kind of feeling. I think earlier in your reading, I said you may have been misunderstood. Because I am feeling like there's misunderstanding. Like there's been a point where they don't get you. They don't get where you're going, or what you're doing, or why you do the things you do. So sometimes your actions could be misinterpreted for some of you. But even though you know exactly what you're doing, because others don't understand you, it might just cause frustration. Why the Page of Swords? The Star in reverse. They don't get it. Some people don't get it. You might just have a lot of people kind of watching. So say that you're like me and you do what I do. It's like, how many times do I trigger people? All the damn time, right? Because I never know. I'm just talking to my little cards here, and I never know who's going through what, how they hear it, what I say, what hits, what doesn't, you know. So this is the energy that is somewhat kind of coming through as well. So if you're in that boat, it could be that people hear what they need to hear to help them break away. But at the same time, you might give them the tools as well. Look at Lisa's holding that stack of books. I learned, I know this stuff. I'm resourceful, or I've gone through it. Let me show you the ways. Let me get my broom. Let me get my cauldron. And people are like, what? I don't really want to do that, because that would mean, remember what we said earlier, guys, about you did something that not everyone could do? Because when we break out of this devil energy, whatever it is, in order to choose happiness, it's, it's not always a beautiful journey. I mean, at the end, it hopefully ends up being, but it could be very intense with that moon card. Soul searching, right? No one knows what you went through in the dark. No one knows, other than you. And now that you're here, trying to shine light, or trying to maybe influence, not in a, it doesn't mean you're an influencer, but you're trying to encourage, there we go. Or you're trying to teach, you're trying to share. People are watching and listening, but at the same time, they're like, nah, I don't know about that. If it's not that, they have a hard time kind of sharing your vision. And that's not your problem. That's a them problem. Yeah, there's a feeling here of that. All right, let's see. The Seven of Pentacles. You spent a lot of time doing this, or you spend a lot of time kind of manifesting. Maybe you talk a lot about it, or again, for some of you, you went to school for this, or you just started not too long ago. And so there is this sense of, well, where are they taking it? What are they doing? What are they doing now? It could be anything. But that's also part of your moon energy, the shadow work of stripping away the not caring what other people kind of think, because you're on your own path. And maybe that's what you did. And people will not understand that a lot of the times. All right. Tell me about this, the star in reverse, please. Two of Swords in reverse. Yeah, you could be like, I don't care. You're no longer holding back. Or you give people things to think about that they're not ready to think about. Two of Wands. You make them kind of think of options for a better, or for freeing themselves in some kind of way, for bringing big change. If this is not what you're directly doing, then your life, or whatever you kind of gone through, has triggered that in them. And because of that, they're all over here. They might even say shit to you that you're just like, what? Where'd that come from? Because they're internalizing, or they're kind of dealing with something that you could have had a hand in kind of triggering. If it's not that, then other people might view you as being a little impulsive and kind of doing what you want. And they keep an eye on it, they're watching, but at the same time, it's almost like they don't like to admit it, or they don't like to, it's not coming from a place of, I don't know. Like, I'm not sensing that they're sending you like love and joy. Now they might, but the dominant energy is one of, I don't see it, I don't get it, or I'm triggered by it in some kind of way. If that doesn't sound like you, don't worry, guys. There's two other groups. All right, let's see what else. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for my group number 3s, please. How are they viewed by others? It could also be because you're private, and so people just only have your social media or online persona or whatever to go off of, or they see you somewhere, whoever's kind of around you, and they don't really know what's going on with you. You make shit happen, but they don't really necessarily know how you do it or what you do. All right, thank you, Spirit. Messages for my group number 3s, please. How do others view them? What else can we know? Messages for my group number 3s. How are they viewed by others? Messages for my group 3s, please. How are they viewed by others? Thank you, Spirit. Queen of Wands in reverse, 6 of Wands. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say that I think people are a little, if it's, I want to say they're like a little jealous of you, or if you have tendencies to kind of be like that, maybe that's what it is. 5 of Wands, because there's tension or conflict over success and over someone getting triggered over their own success, or they feel stuck over how things look on the outside. And there is this feeling of jealousy or competition, judgment. This says that you know it, or you could already know that. People also, I don't know if they kind of view you as being how you communicate, or I don't want to say argumentative, but there is like conflict here with that 5 of Wands, but it could just be like other people. Maybe there's also like competitiveness with that 6 of Wands, success. Others see what you're doing, and because of that, people might be jealous. Yeah, someone here is getting a tummy ache with anxiety thinking about it, not the tummy troubles. We have 8 of Wands in reverse, blocking them. You could block a lot of people, or you block the noise out. Why the Queen of Wands in reverse? Messages for my group 3s. How do others view them? The Magician, because you don't give a fuck. You're going to do what you do, as you should. They're seeing you as being really successful. Yeah, they see you as being really successful at what you're doing. And they kind of view you differently because of it. And it does invoke feelings of, like I said, conflict, whether you're involved or not. I mean, I hope you're not involved, but let them fight themselves, right? It's like the whole lobsters pulling each other back into the boiling pot. These are the 5 of Wands, they're over here trying to pull in, but you're just kind of minding your own business. Tell me about the 8 of Swords. So people could be viewing you differently now that you're having some kind of form of success, or you're showing yourself differently, or you're kind of doing something that brings more attention. Why the 8 of Swords? 4 of Swords, keeping to yourself. Maybe they view you as kind of like retreating. And as I said, that our candle went out. Where when you're stressed, or when things are going kind of, I don't know, there's something here about you sleeping, or you resting, you finding your peace. Maybe it's because you're not worried. The things around you, the conflict, the tension, you're not worried about it. The Hermit, you keep to yourself. And you don't let other people either affect your emotions, or you don't show them how you feel. You could also like literally kind of go cold, or just, there's a feeling here of blocking what doesn't serve me. If something causes me anxiety, it's done. Or if something makes me worry, I'm not gonna, you might keep this to yourself, or you might kind of block it. So they kind of feel, others kind of view you as maybe you're kind of hard to truly know, because this doesn't seem like it would be people that, are really close to you, unless, you don't really share with anyone all this deep stuff, which you may not, and that's okay. But yeah, there's a feeling here of not talking or not sharing. Page of Swords in reverse. You could also be very selective as to what you share with like the public, if it is like a social media thing. King of Wands, 2 of Cups, 8 of Pentacles. You're just doing your own thing. You're working, you're in your groove, and you're unbothered, while other people are probably bothered. Oh, my group number 3s. Well, that's what I have for you today. Let's get you guys some oracle cards before we close out your reading. We have stop. We're going to take them just because that was kind of funny. And look, they're all red. Someone could be a fire sign. They don't have to be. Or you're very passionate about what you do, or you keep your passions to yourself. Magic. Yeah, I feel like you do, as you should. And your happiness, you're protecting it. That might cause frustration, or maybe you have been frustrated and that's why now you protect it. Look, space is at the bottom of the deck. We're going to leave it like that. My group number threes, that is what I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed your reading. I hope it resonated. Thank you so much for joining me here today. Please take care of yourselves, and I'll catch you at the next one. Thanks, guys.